We got another exciting chapter of Four Knights of the Apocalypse with chapter 160, Off to Annyfwn. And if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, we got a familiar face returning this chapter, but it's not just who you think it is. Who am I talking about? Well, let's get right into it. Be sure to support the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to get all sorts of future notifications. We got more shorts, videos, reaction videos, and more types of fun videos for you later on. And now, let's get into this new chapter. We start up chapter 160 back on the ship. Gawain, now dressed like in her old outfit instead of the frilly dress one, is showing her friends around and says, "Wow, funny to think that Gawain's father's doing that. It's not the image of King Arthur I had, no. Yeah, you're sure right. So, where are you taking us this time?" Gawain explains, "We leave in 1 hour. Quit yapping and follow me. Once this ship leaves, we'll be over in Annyfwn in a blink of an eye. In the meantime, let's wrap up what we can here." The group enters, apparently, the castle's kitchen. Everyone is enjoying the smell, but Gawain abruptly says, "Yo, Dubby, sorry to interrupt you while you're making dinner, but I got stuff to do." Dubby? Chef she mentioned before? I truly wish you wouldn't do this. The groups behold a rather small giant. And I know for any Seven Deadly Sins fan, you know who this is, but we'll get to him in a little bit. Dubby says, "I keep telling you not to enter my sanctuary without my okay. It's so upsetting. I'll stop whining. I got some urgent business with ya." Donnie screams his head off saying, "You're huge." "Oh gee, thank you. I'm on the small side for my kind, you know." A timer dings, and with Dubby saying, "Oh now look, you have to take double corn exactly 18 minutes or it ruins the taste. And thanks to you, I'm over 10 seconds. I'll have to start from scratch." That is some very delicate corn, but fine. You can just tell me what you want. I can't have you messing with my cooking again. You want a new pudding for me, don't you? Is he from the Giant Clan? Nasians asks. I mean, it makes sense for Nasians to ask, considering he is still, half giant. You have a good eye, Nasians. I mean, sure. Just ignore the fact that he's huge. No, he's just a really tall human, believe me. Chef Dubby here is the pride of my household, but he's also a hobbyist blacksmith. So dedicated. But Dubby just says, "Oh, how upsetting. That's my main job. Cooking is my hobby. I did forge the weapons of the Seven Deadly Sins' sacred treasures, you know." Yes, guys. They had no idea that they were in the presence of the legendary craftsman, Dubs. Not Dubby, Dubs. The same giant who forged all the sacred treasures and the Coffin of Eternal Darkness. He was also the villain in the Cursed by Light movie, along with Fairy King Dahlia. Which, speaking of which, you can see him right around here. See? See the Dahlia? Okay. Gawain is rightfully upset that how dare Dubs hide his true name and occupation. That is not how you get a good resume. But Dubs just says, "You're the one who gave me the nickname." But Gawain gets right down to business. "So right, I want you to craft some weapons for us. The best you can make, perfectly suited for all these guys. I can count on you." But Dubs just says, "No." Shocked, Gawain just throws a tantrum like a little girl who didn't get the toy she wanted, yelling, "How dare you? How dare some hired chef refuse commands of his master?" How very upsetting. It just... I'm sorry, this is just so funny. We consider how small she is and how big he is. It's just... Dub says that he's not frankly interested. No amount of money will change his mind. And Percival finally pieced together that this is Dubs, the same guy Lancelot mentioned way back that he was looking for. and needed a very powerful weapon to sustain his magic, because His magic is so powerful, no weapon can withstand it. Until he got the katana for the demon realm, but they don't know that. This interests Dubs, asking, his weapons can't withstand his magic force? Huh. And this got him interested. He hasn't heard something that exciting in ages. Really? Not even against Meliodas, but okay. And this was the straw that broke the camel's back, and now Dubs is in for it, giving a very creepy duo. You know, kind of like how Nasians used to bite his lip when he got excited. Dubs squat down and inches Nasians to come over, and starts measuring. Okay, this is so weird. Despite the inappropriate giant handling, Dubs says arms, hips, thighs, E-level, muscle, and ambidextrous. Nasians is weirdly weirded out, but he keeps going on. Your magic type's shifter and enchanter too. Is this from the sacred tree? Will you just stop it? Let Nasians go. But he explains that this is not a perverted thing like how Meliodas used to do. When making a weapon, he needs to know not just the height, weight, and muscle, but also the handiness, magic type, etc. So does Dubs have like a special eye? I mean, when you look back at Droll, he was able to establish the combat class of certain opponents, but Dubs, he seems to know everything about the person's magic. He knew about Nasians' mixed poison being a shifter and an enchanter type. So maybe there's a special eye in there somewhere? I don't know. I'm just thinking. Nasians hides behind Percival and asks, you're going to make them after all? Dubs agrees, but he also wants to meet Lancelot too. And if he wants to find him, he'll be there on the ship. Dubs asks Anne to come over, but she is not having this. And after what happened, yeah, I can get why. I know what that leer in your eyes mean. I don't care about living things. If you're lying, you'll pay, Buster. They point out that Anne's interrogator isn't going off at all. So he means it. He's not really into living things. And yeah, it might have been inappropriate, but he doesn't care. He's innocent in all this. He's got nothing malicious to hide. Donnie tells her to go chill out while he goes. But Dubs just tells him to go take a bath. Damn, dude. A voice suddenly calls upon them on the radio. Your attention, please. We have finalized our route to the cauldron of Annyfwn. We depart in 10 seconds. We expect turbulence, so grab onto something solid. Wow. Very sturdy flight captain. And asks, wait, so the golem, your grandmother is piloting the ship? Oh, this is much of a piece of cake for her. She taught me all the magic I know. Oh, wow. And within a blink, the ship is gone. Meanwhile, elsewhere in Camelot, a young maiden runs for her life. She sees a hole and prepares to hide, but behind her appears a monstrous demonic creature. And, oh boy, I am so excited for this part. A long-haired fellow with a dragon-handled sword in one and another sword in the other draws, and in a blink, the monster is shredded to pieces in an instant. Once the weapons are drawn back, the woman calls out, Tantris, there are sweeper beasts lurking all over here. I keep telling you it's too dangerous to go alone, the young man says. But the woman, carrying a rose, apologizes and wanted to pick some flowers for him. And Tantris says, look at how dirty you are. I'd never want you to sully your soft hands for me. Never, Isolde, my love. Tantris. But we all know that face. It's Tristan Leonis. But the question now is it? And that is chapter 169. We have Dubs, the legendary giant craftsman, finally returning after all this time since the pre-time skip. And he's been here in Camelot all this time as Anne's chef. Arthur, dude, you suck. But let's get into the big reveal. The main reason why you're all here. Tristan Leonis has finally showed up, but this quote-unquote Isolde called him Tantris, which sounds like a weird Seven Deadly Sins disease. Yes, it looks like Tristan, but he's not called Tristan. And Isolde, let me do a little side-by-side comparison. Even by anime glow-up standards, this seems very weird. Now, hear me out. There are some theories going around the fanbase when the Raws came out that this might not be the real Tristan, but this could be Isolde. How? Well, remember Jericho? As much as we hate remembering this scene, this might explain something with this chapter. What if this is Isolde, but she's living out a fantasy? Remember, when young, Isolde was interested in fairy tales. She wanted to be a princess, to be rescued by a handsome prince from a ferocious beast. She wanted to live a true fairy tale. She was always insecure about her height and her appearances before Tristan. Even so that she was also not liking the fact that her romantic interests were not always being returned. What if this is Isolde's dream, her paradise, much like Jericho? Tantris is an illusion, a fake, an artificial creation copy of Tristan. The same way Jericho has her Lancelot, she has her own version of Tristan, the handsome prince who will always love and protect her. So, depending on how this is going to go, if they find out about Isolde, they'll know the dragon handle is there, and the real Tristan and Xion are probably back in the gladiator arena of Annyfwn. Why else is he in the middle of nowhere rescuing a supposed Isolde? What's going on? I want to know so bad. This might be Tristan. It could be a fake. I don't know. There are so many theories and possibilities of what's going to happen. And I just hate waiting for it. But unfortunately, we all will suffer. We all must suffer the weekly release schedule hype. And thus, I leave you all with this. What is going to happen next? What new weapons will Dove make? And is this the real Tristan, or is this all a fabricated illusion of Isolde, trapped like King Arthur himself, with her waiting for her real love to come and rescue her? This has been Dante from the Anime Underworld. Subscribe, guys, and I'll see you later with more fun videos.